Hello. Hello, Terry. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Jim. Hello, Bob. Hey, Muhammad. Welcome. Everybody, come in. I am the all-seeing, all-knowing Mega Dittos, John Beckmann, Dr. John Beckmann, Professor John Beckmann, lover of Rush Limbaugh, lover of talk radio, lover of everything good, lover of coffee, U.S. Senate GOP primary candidate in the state of Alabama. Hello, people. Today we're going to talk about Ordered Borders Part 4. A new idea, brand new idea I just thought of for an Ordered Border Part 4. Okay? But first, the audience training. Everybody, you know what to do. Get something that you like in a cup, something that tastes good. Probably coffee in the morning. We need to wake up. It smells really, really good today. Everybody hold it up. We're going to do a citation to the simultaneous libation of Scott Adams. Cheers. All right. Did you guys know that the original Starbucks logo used to have boobs? Now it doesn't. In the Me Too era, we are not allowed to enjoy boobs. But that's off topic. Okay, let's talk about ordered borders. So today we're going to talk about biological borders, okay? So your body is made of little cells. All organisms are made of things that are called cells. And each of these cells has a border, okay? A wall, an outer membrane. And inside cells, there are many little different compartments, okay? That's why they're called cells, is because they're bordered, okay? They're bordered. And we can learn a lot about engineering by looking at biological designs and then rethinking our engineering to be more biological. And the reason that this usually works out really well is because biology is time tested. So these cells have been living for many years, okay? And over the years they reproduce and they get better and better at reproducing, okay? And they get better and better at staying alive, and they get better and better at protecting themselves, okay? So when you look at biological engineering, it's been tinkered, it's time tested. They've tried many different things, and they've usually found a very efficient way to do things. And this is because there's severe pressure on biological organisms to become extremely efficient. If you are not efficient, you will die, okay? So this is what's called selective pressure, okay? So there's selective pressure on organisms to have very efficient walls, okay? So let's think about the cell membrane. So the cell membrane, first of all, it's a wall. It's impermeable. Things don't just go through the cell wall, okay? And the funny thing is, when things do, so oftentimes the way that we kill microbes is we engineer little chemicals that go into the wall and form a hole in the wall so that things can go through. And when that happens, that kills the cell, because the cell needs to maintain order or it dies. Disorder kills living things. And like I said, I'll just repeat it. It's just so interesting. And you think about this as an analogy to what we are doing at our border with our country. The way that you kill microbes, the way that you kill cells, is you engineer holes in their cell membranes that allow things to just flow through in and out willy-nilly. That's how you kill cells. That's how you kill a republic. That's how you kill countries. Okay, you don't control immigration. That's how you destroy your country. So it's funny that you also see the same pattern in our country that you see in biology. Okay, but let's talk about more of that engineering, because so I'll talk a little bit. So this is this idea from Scott Adams. I'll cite him. He was just talking about this, which is a really smart thing to say about ordered borders. Is he was basically like, okay, well, there's going to be some situations where we want more immigration. Maybe that was long ago. Maybe that's in the future. And there's going to be some situations where we want less immigration. Maybe that was long ago. Maybe that's in the future. Okay. So Scott's idea was like, if your brain is only thinking about, well, we need less or we need more, you're not wired correctly. That's not the right way to think about it. Scott's idea is, look, let's build an efficient machine that we control so that when the people, the American people, decide we want more immigration, we can crank that machine up. And when the people decide we want less immigration, like right now, we can crank that machine down. Let's build that efficient machine. So that was Scott's idea, and I like that. I like that concept. Let's build the machine that controls immigration efficiency. So I was thinking about, well, like, how could you do that, okay? And then I was obviously thinking about the engineering of the biological cell. Let's look at how cell biology organizes its cellular membranes, its walls, and let's build our system to mimic the cellular biology of the cell, okay? So let's talk about the nuclear membrane. So in cells, there's a little compartment called the nucleus. It holds the DNA, okay? And it's the same concept. You can't just let things go in and out of the nucleus or you will die, okay? So the cell has evolved this very, very efficient way to regulate what gets into the nucleus and what gets out of the nucleus, okay? And what it has is it has an impermeable membrane, so we need a wall, okay? It's got little doors, which are called nuclear pore complexes, so we need doors, okay? So I like Trump's comment where let's build a big wall with a big, beautiful door, okay? We got that. And then it has these things, this is a new concept for immigration. It has these things called chaperones, okay? There's these things called caryophorins. And what the caryophorins' job is, these chaperones, is they go outside the border and they find things that need to be brought in, okay? And then once they find those things, they chaperone them through into the nucleus, okay? And then they cycle back out. So the only thing that gets in to the nucleus are things that the chaperones find outside the border that we know, that the cell knows it wants in the nucleus, okay? So let's re-engineer our borders with the same concept in mind. Let's think, how can we build a chaperone system where we have an impermeable membrane, except it has a little door, and the only thing that gets through that door are people who are chaperoned through. Okay, so I was thinking, well, how do you build the chaperone system? And I thought of this great idea. So there's a website called Reddit, okay? If you've ever been to Reddit, what it is it's a massive, massive thread, okay? And it has topic areas, and people will post comments. And everybody who reads the Reddit thread can upvote or downvote, okay, topics, and these things rise to the top if they're of interest to many, many, many people, or they lower to the bottom if most people don't care about these things. So let's re-engineer the immigration system so that American people can decide who comes in and who goes out. So all we would need to do is we need to build a big Reddit thread, and everybody who wants to become an American citizen, everybody who wants to join the American Republic will post their little story. And I was going to say their little sob story, because then the liberals can vote on who they think has the best sob story, which is just kind of funny. But in general, this is a really good idea. So what we're doing is you're crowdsourcing the decision-making of who comes into America, and you're putting that decision on the people so that the people of America can decide who they want in their country. So imagine you have this scenario where we decide a set rate. Okay, this year we're only going to allow 100,000 people to come in the country. And then we make this giant Reddit thread where all these applicants post their details, okay? They post their little story, they post all their stuff, and then we let the American people decide who comes in and who does not come in, okay? That is the best way to do immigration, because then you have people who have skin in the game deciding who they're bringing to their communities. You can't be unhappy with that system. You cannot be unhappy with that. So the chaperone, the biological chaperone that we talked about, would be this Reddit thread that is deciding who comes in and who is not allowed to come in. So that was like a brand new idea. You've never heard that idea before. This is a new idea where we are putting the decision-making of who gets to come into the United States into the American people, giving it to them. Love your mindset. Dang right. Bam. Fist bump. Woo. Blow your mind. Vote for me. March 3rd. March 3rd. March 3rd. March 3rd. Vote for me. Okay, so that's kind of, that was I'm doing a series of ordered borders. That was one new creative idea of how we can revolutionize and change and make an efficient machine to control immigration, okay? So if you like the videos, you can comment, you can share, you can go to eaglewolfpack.com. Sharing is super helpful. Vote for me March 3rd. Any questions? Before we end, we can have another final sip. The Starbucks model without boobs. Cheers. end. Have a good day.